हेलो दोस्तों, बिगनेस पॉइंट में आपका स्वागत है और अभी हम कर रहे हैं करंट अफेयर्स। इंडिया conferred with prestigious ISSA Award 2025 for outstanding achievement in social security. Union Minister for Labour and Employment and Youth Affairs and Sports, Dr. Mansukh Mandavia, highlighted India's historic expansion in social security coverage from 19% in 2015 to 64.3% in 2025, covering over 940 million citizens has recognized by the International Labour Organization (ILO). Dr. Mansukh Mandavia was addressing the World Social Security Forum (WSSF) 2025 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where India has been conferred with the prestigious International Social Security Association (ISSA) Award 2025 for outstanding achievement in social security. Further, after increase in social protection coverage, India's share in the General Assembly of ISSA has reached 30, which is highest vote share for any country. The triennial award recognizes India's exceptional progress in social protection systems globally. The award ceremony was a highlight of the WSSF, a premier global gathering of over 1,200 social security policymakers and professionals for, from 163 countries, being the fifth recipient of this award since its inception. India joins the leading countries across the globe in the field of social protection coverage. Union Minister Shri Ashwani Vaishnaw launched the NIELIT Digital University Platform. Honorable Union Minister of Railways, Electronics and Information Technologies and Information and Broadcasting Shri Ashwani Vaishnaw inaugurated the NIELIT Digital University (NDU) platform in New Delhi. The platform has been designed to democratize access to high-quality digital education. The platform will offer industry-focused programs in niche technologies such as AI, cybersecurity, data science, semiconductors, and allied fields. It will provide flexible digital learning modes and virtual labs to equip youth with future-ready skills. The platform will offer industry focused programs in niche technologies such as AI, cybersecurity, data science, semiconductors, and allied fields. It will provide flexible digital learning modes and virtual labs to equip youth with future ready skills. The Honorable Union Minister also virtually inaugurated five new NIELIT centers at Muzaffarpur, Bihar, Balasore, Odisha, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh, Daman, Dadar and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu, and Lengpee, Mizoram. With the addition of these new centers, NIELIT continues to play a pivotal role in shaping India's technological future. During the launch event, Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) were also exchanged between NIELIT and Microsoft, Jalaskar, Jescaler, CCRYA, and Discontech and Future Cram. Making a special mention of the northeast location, Lingui, in Mizoram, the Union Minister highlighted that the region is now digitally connected, following the addition of railway connectivity to the state a few months earlier. Over 1,500 participants took part in the event, including NIE-LIT students from across India, eminent academicians, and technological experts. The event also featured dedicated stalls showcasing NIE-LIT's strengths in skilling and learning models across various verticals of electronics and information technology. The launch event was followed by an insightful panel discussions on role of AI in digitalization of education. NIELIT Digital University Platform. The NIELIT Digital University Platform (NDU.Digital) has been developed with the vision of creating a world-class, inclusive, affordable, and employment-oriented digital learning ecosystem. Its purpose is to democratize access to high-quality digital education, support the goals of Digital India (NEP) 2020, and Skill India's and build a globally competitive workforce in emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, semiconductors, cyber security, and cloud computing. The platform offers NCVET approved NCQF aligned programs with credit transfer through the Academic Bank of Credit ABC, industry integrated courses, virtual labs, multilingual learnings, and verifiable digital certificates. With AI driven tools like career pathways, mentors, interview simulators, and interactive modules, the platform aims to empower learners across India, targeting 40 lakh learners by 2030. About NIELIT, National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, NIELIT, an autonomous scientific society of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology (MITY). Government of India has been a pioneer in skill development and digital empowerment. With its expansive presence through 56 NIE-LIT centers, over 750 accredited institutes, and 9,000 plus facilitation centers, NIE-LIT has skilled and certified millions of students in emerging technologies in the E and ICT domain. NIELIT has been conferred the status of deemed to the university to be university under the distinct category by the Ministry of Education, having its main campus at Ropar, Punjab, and 11 constituent campuses located in Aswal, Agratala, Aurangabad, Calicut, Gorakhpur, Imphal, Itanagar, Ajmer, Kekri, Kohima, Patna, Srinagar aims to revolutionize higher education in E and ICT domain using digital technologies. Monetary policy. RBI monetary policy repo rate unchanged, GDP outlook brightens. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) released its monetary policy report October 2025 following the 57th meeting of the Monetary Policy Committee held from September 29 to October 1, 2025. RBI has kept the repo rate unchanged at 5.50% with a neutral stance. It signals a balanced approach that supports economic momentum while ensuring financial stability. The report further highlights resilient domestic demand, supportive financial conditions, and a stable external sector, reflecting a cautiously optimistic outlook for the Indian economy. The RBI revised India's GDP growth forecast for fiscal year 2025-26 upwards to 6.8% from the earlier estimate of 6.5%. RBI kept the repo rate unchanged at 5.5% with a neutral stance. RBI revised India's GDP growth forecast for fiscal year 2025-26 upwards to 6.8% from the earlier estimate of 6.5%. RBI has lowered its CPI inflation forecast for fiscal year 2025-26 to 2.6%, down from 3.1%. India's current account deficit narrowed to 0.2% of the GDP in Q1 FY 2025 from 0.9% a year ago. During April-September of fiscal year 2025-26 so far up to September 26, Indian equity markets remained on an upward trajectory. Domestic growth is performing well due to strong consumption, investments, and government spending, with supportive factors like a good monsoon, GST 2.0, better credit flow, and rising capacity utilization sustaining the positive outlook. India's real GDP grew 7.8% in Q1 fiscal year 2025-26, up from 7.4% in the previous quarter, the fastest pace in 7 quarters, led by strong investment and consumption. Growth for fiscal year 2025-26 is projected at 6.8%, Q1 7.8%, Q2 7.0%, Q3 6.4%, Q4 6.2%, while fiscal year 2026-27 is estimated at 6.6%, assuming normal monsoon and stable conditions. Consumers' optimism for the year ahead, which is measured by the Future Expectations Index, is strengthened further for both urban and rural households, remaining in optimistic territory. Global agencies reframe growth. Several global agencies have maintained India's strong economic growth prospects, highlighted highlighting the country's resilience amid global uncertainties. IMF fiscal year 26 6.4%, Fitch 20 fiscal year 26 6.9%, fiscal year 27 6.3%, S&P Global fiscal year 26 6.5%, United Nations fiscal year 26 6.3%, fiscal year 27 6.4%, CII fiscal year 26 6.4 to 6.7%, and OECD fiscal year 26 6.7% have noted robust domestic demand, expanding investments, and a stable external sectors as key drivers. Strong policy support, structural reforms, and vibrant service sectors are further reinforcing the positive growth outlook. These projections highlighted board confidence in India's ability to sustain high growth ab- amidst global challenges. RBI has lowered its CPI inflation forecast for fiscal year 2025-26 to 2.6%, down from 3.1%. Headline Consumer Price Index (CPI) inflation declined for 9 consecutive months to reach an 8-year low of 1.6% in July 2025 before edging up to 2.1% in August, remaining within the RBI inflation target range, while the inflation was earlier projected at 3.8% Q4 fiscal year 2024-25 and 3.6% Q1 fiscal year 2025-26. The actual outcomes were lower by 90 bps. The fall was driven by a steep, prolonged 9-month food price decline of 10.5%, the longest in CPI series. Milder summer temperatures further eased seasonal price pressures, keeping realized inflation below exceptions in Q1 and Q2 fiscal year 2025-26. GST rate rationalization from September 2025 has simplified taxes and lowered consumer prices, directly impacting around 11.4% of the CPI basket across product group. RBI proposes basic savings bank deposit account as a standard service. Banks must offer customers a basic savings bank deposit (BSBD) account, including free facilities and without having to maintain a minimum balance, the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) in a draft circular has said. Yeah. The ongoing digitization of the banking sector requires a BSBD account that is in sync with the customer's evolving requirements. These directions are issued to improve customer service for BSBD account holders and enhance the uses thereof to deepen financial inclusion and digitization, the RBI said. RBI proposes easing curbs on current cash credit and overdraft accounts. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) has proposed easing restrictions on operating transaction accounts, current accounts, cash credit accounts, and overdraft accounts of bank borrowers based on experience and feedback from stakeholders. The central bank had earlier imposed curbs on operating these accounts to enforce credit discipline and improve monitoring. The draft guidelines have now been placed in the public domain for comments. According to RBI, banks will be granted greater flexibility in managing such accounts, particularly in cases where borrowers are entities regulated by a financial sector regulator. RBI to issue draft framework easing ECB norms widens eligibility scope. The Reserve Bank of India will release a draft of a revised framework for external commercial borrowings (ECBs) aimed at simplifying and easing existing regulations, Governor Sanjay Malhotra announced. The proposed framework includes expanding the scope of eligible borrowers and recognized lenders, relaxing borrowing limits and maturity requirements, removing cost restrictions, reviewing and use norms, and simplifying reporting process, with an objective to rationalize and simplify the regulations governing external commercial borrowings. ECB, the Reserve Bank of India, has undertaken a review of the existing provisions under the Foreign Exchange Management, Borrowing and Lending Regulations 2018. Based on the review, a revised framework that provides for expansion of eligible borrower and recognized lender base, rationalization of borrowing limits, rationalization on of restrictions on average maturity period, removal of restrictions on the cost of borrowing for ECB's review of end use restrictions and simplifications of reporting requirements is proposed to be introduced. The draft framework will be issued shortly, the RBI said. Separately, the RBI extended the repatriation timeline to 3 months for such accounts maintained with IFSC banking units in India. The move is expected to encourage exporters to use IFC accounts and enhance foreign exchange liquidity within the International Financial Services Center. The necessary regulatory amendments will be notified shortly. In January 2025, the RBI allowed Indian exporters to open foreign currency accounts with bank outside India for the realization of export proceeds. Funds held in these accounts could be used for import payments or were required to be repatriated within 1 month from the date of receipt. Government names Ashish Pandey Union Bank MD, Kalyan Kumar MD of Central Bank. The Government of India has appointed Ashish Pandey as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Union Bank of India for a tenure of 3 years. Pandey, currently serving as the Executive Director of Bank of Maharashtra, will assume charge of his new role with immediate effect. His appointment was approved by the Appointments Committee of the Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi following a recommendation by the Financial Services Institution Bureau (FSIB). Simultaneously, Kalyan Kumar has been appointed as the MD and CEO of the Central Bank of India for 3-year term. Kumar, who is currently Executive Director at Punjab National Bank (PNB), will take over leadership after the superannuation of the incumbent MPV Rao in July 2025. These appointments were made to fill vacancies following the retirement of the previous chiefs at both banks earlier this year. The selection panel for these top banking positions included respected industry veterans such as Animesh Chauhan, former chairman and MD of Oriental Bank of Commerce, Deepak Singhal, former RBI executive director, and Shailendra Bhandari, ex-MD of ING Vyas Bank. Their collective recommendation was instrumental in the appointment process. Bank of Baroda and IIFL Finance launched co-lending partnership to reach rural borrowers. Bank of Baroda and IIFL Finance have formed a co-lending partnership to boost gold loan access for undeserved and unbanked customers in rural and semi-urban regions of India. The alliance was announced reflecting a growing trend of traditional banks collaborating with non-banking finance companies to expand credit delivery to segments that remain outside the formal financial mainstream. Through this partnership, both institutions aim to deliver quicker, similar, and more affordable loans to small borrowers, particularly those engaged in art, agricultural, and allied occupations. IFFL Financial Lending (NBC) in the gold loan sector will originate and service the gold loans, while Bank of Baroda will provide the funding and jointly underwrite the loans. This model ensures compliance with Reserve Bank of India guidelines and combines the strength of both organizations. The extensive outreach and operational expertise of IIFL and the robust capital base and low-cost funding of Bank of Baroda. According to Bank of Baroda, partnership also aligns with its objective to deepen rural credit and accelerated financial inclusion, using technology and co-lending models to reach customers previously excluded from formal banking avenues. Tata AIG joins hands with Equitas, a small finance bank, to broaden insurance reach across India. Tata AIG General Insurance Company Limited has entered a strategic bancassurance partnership with Equitas Small Finance Bank (SFB). The collaboration will provide Equitas customers access to a wide portfolio of non-life insurance products including motor, health, personal accident and travel through the bank's extensive distribution network. Within over with over 22 years of operation in India, Tata AIG, backed by the Tata Group and American International Group, AIG has built a reputation for delivering innovative insurance solutions. The company operates across 150 plus locations with a service network of 1000 10,000 plus hospitals, 650 plus 6500 plus workshops, and a dedicated team of 1110 plus claims experts, offering seamless protection to both individuals and businesses. The alliance is set to deepen insurance penetration across undeserved markets, reinforcing both institutions' vision of driving inclusive financial growth in India. 11th World Green Economy Summit kicks off in Dubai. In Dubai, the 11th World Green Economy Summit (WGES) opened today at World Trade Center, drawing more than 3,300 participants from over 30 countries. Policymakers, business leaders, investors, and innovators are attending the two-day gathering under the theme Innovating for Impact, Accelerating the Future of the Green Economy. The focus reflects Dubai's positioning as a global hub for sustainable development and climate action, co-located with the Water, Energy, Technology, Environment exhibition with TEX 2025. The summit highlights collaborative efforts to achieve net zero targets and advance green transformation, featuring nearly 80 international speakers from government, industry, and academia. WGES 2025 offers a comprehensive agenda aimed at forging partnerships and actionable commitments. Key topics include renewable energy, circular economies, and equitable climate strategies, with a particular emphasis on accountability and transparency in sustainability pledges. A 100-year journey as the guardian of meritocracy. The Union Public Service Commission (UPSC) marks a century of its establishment on October 1. Envisioned by the nation's founders as a guardian of meritocracy, the UPSC has played a pivotal role in the recruitment, the promotion, and the disciplining of officials of the central civil services. Its journey over the past 100 years is not just an institutional history but also a testament to India's enduring faith in fairness, trust, and integrity in governance. The idea of an independent commission to recruit, hire, Independent Commission to recruit higher civil servants took root well before independence. The Government of India Act 1919 first provided for such a body, and in October 1926 the Public Service Commission was set up, following the recommendations of the Lee Commission 2024, which observed Ajay Kumar, Chairman UPSC. Cabinet approves 11,440 crores mission to make India self-sufficient in pulses. The Union Cabinet October 1, 2025 approved a 6-year central scheme aimed at achieving self-sufficiency in pulses production with a financial outlay of 11,440 crores. The mission of Atmanirbharta in pulses approved by the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be for the period from 2025-26 to 2030-31. Center hikes Tierness allowance Tierness relief by 3% to benefit 1.18% employees pensioners. The Union Cabinet October 1, 2025 increased Dearness allowance DA and Dearness relief DR by 3% for adult for about 49.19 lakh central government employees and 68.72 lakh pensioners. The DA-DR increase of 3% over the existing rate of 55% of the basic pay and pension to compensate against the price rise is effective July 1, 2025. The combined impact on the exchequer on account of an increase in DA and DAR will be 10,083.96 crore per annum, I&B Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said while briefing on discussion taken in the cabinet meeting. The increase is in accordance with the accepted formula based on the recommendations of the 7th Central Payment Commission. International Day of Nonviolence, 2 October. The International Day of Nonviolence is observed on 2 October, the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi, leader of the Indian independence movement and pioneer of the philosophy and strategy of nonviolence. According to General Assembly Resolution ARES 61/271 of 15 June 2007, which established the commemoration, the International Day is an occasion to disseminate the message of non-violence, including through education and public awareness. Gandhi, who helped lead India to independence, has been the inspiration for non-violent movements for civil rights and social change across the world. Throughout his life, Gandhi remained committed to his belief in non-violence even under oppressive conditions and in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges। और इसी के साथ करंट अफेयर्स हो जाती है समाप्त।